We then move on and ask His Excellency Mr. Edgar Amador Zamora, Minister of Finance and Public Credit of the United Mexican States. Please go ahead, Minister.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Distinguished leaders of the G20 and invited countries, heads of international organizations. On behalf of the President of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum, I wish to extend our sincere congratulations to President Cyril Ramaphosa and to the South Africa team for an outstanding leadership of the G20 this year, and for convening the historic Leaders Summit, the first ever held in African soil. Mexico is a country deeply involved in the promotion of peace as a basis for justice, fair trade, social equity, gender equality, cooperation for development, and respect for human rights. Economic welfare and cooperation for development are shared responsibility among nations. In a world defined by interdependence, no country can isolate itself or prosper at the expense of others. Choosing cooperation is, in essence, choosing a common future grounded in justice. The expansion of trade can drive employment, raise incomes, and reduce poverty, all core dimensions of sustainable development. Moreover, international trade fosters the global adoption of green technologies, serving as a powerful mechanism to accelerate the transition toward low-carbon, resource-efficient economies. However, the expansion of global trade also brings complexities. While it has fueled global economic growth, its benefits remain unevenly distributed. It promotes the exchange of knowledge and culture, yet disparities persist in labor protection and social inclusion, particularly for women and underserved communities. Environmentally, trade can advance green standards and technologies, but it also contributes to emissions, overexploitation of resources, and biodiversity loss. The question, therefore, is how to ensure that global trade benefits are shared equitably and if directly contributes to sustainable development and shared prosperity. The multilateral trading system recognizes that when trade is fair, transparent, and properly regulated, is a key driver of development and a tool for lifting millions out of poverty. Trade must serve people, generating well-paid jobs, fair wages, and opportunities that foster social inclusion. In the economic sphere, Mexico promotes a strategy of shared prosperity that places workers at the center of decision-making processes, recognizing that decent work is the foundation of a better quality of life. In this sustainability dimension, our priority is to prevent, reduce, and reverse environmental degradation while fostering a circular economy. Our national energy policy advances renewable sources and accelerates the transition toward cleaner production and consumption patterns, while ensuring equitable access to water as a fundamental human right. Through the Plan Mexico, we are empowering MSMEs by integrating them into national and global value chains, facilitating access to credit, digital tools, and capacity building program is essential for equitable growth and innovation. At the same time, we are investing in human capital, aligning education and training systems with the skills needed for the green and digital transitions. Environmental sustainability lies at the heart of Mexico's industrial and trade policy. We promote investment that meets standards on water reuse, clean energy, and solid waste management, with encouraging community-centered business practices. Environmental responsibility and resource efficiency are not obstacles to competitiveness. They are its foundation. Moreover, ensuring debt sustainability, particularly in less developed countries and vulnerable economies in Africa and Latin America, will strengthen those nations and create a more resilient and sustainable international financial system, where the benefits of trade and cooperation can reach all populations. Mexico has supported instruments for debt treatment such as the Common Framework and the G20 Ministerial Declaration of Debt Sustainability. We have also developed a sustainable debt management strategy by using debt instruments under favorable conditions, including local currency and fixed interest rate bonds. Through sound public budget management, Mexico has increased investment in social protection and education above 6% and 4% in real annual terms, respectively. Thus, we advocate for international debt frameworks that enables this development-oriented approach, preserving fiscal space for health, education, and sustainable infrastructure. The G20 must lead by example in implementing the Sevilla Commitment, strengthening the common framework, and expanding it to include middle-income and climate-vulnerable countries is both a moral and economic necessity. The G20, the United Nations, and international financial institutions must act in coherence. Mexico calls for an advancement of its synergies between the Sevilla Action Platform, the Pact for the Future, and G20 financial track. Finally, Mexico believes that the strength of the G20 lies not only in its economic power, but in its collective moral responsibility. Let us lead with courage and conviction to make trade fair, debt sustainable, and development truly inclusive. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you.